Hello and welcome everybody, my name is Aaescii and today we are playing the New World Order mod for Victoria 2. As you can probably see in the title, this is going to be a Cold War themed playthrough as none other than the Soviet Union. I just clicked on a redundant button. So yeah, I was listening to some good old tunes today, some real like retro shit. And I was like, you know what? Nothing screams more retro than impending nuclear war. So why not play a Cold War game? I actually tried recording this a little while ago, and I got a couple of hours recording done. I was so hyped to upload it. But OBS, which is what I use for recording, the settings that I use monitor capture, and Victoria 2 doesn't like monitor capture. So I'm doing game capture at the moment, and I've done a bit of testing and it works, so that's good enough. Now we're going to be playing as the Soviet Union because, you know, USA is fun, but it's a bit boring getting the historical outcome for everything. So I figured, like, you know what, let's just like fucking steamroll Europe or something. Like, maybe not in World War III, but like try to be tactful about it. You know, when we did the last one, if I just pop into it, just to show you what happened. Basically, like we got like real far into Eastern Europe. We invaded Finland and we puppeted them, and Austria actually ended up joining the Comintern, which was pretty cool. We tried getting a neutral Germany, but the West didn't like that because we got a neutral Austria and then Austria joined us, so that happened. We lost in Greece. We gave Bulgaria to Yugoslavia, and then Tito was like, fuck off, we're leaving. So then we invaded him, and that was fun. And then we completely lost in China, but we still controlled Manchuria, so yeah, I kind of fucked up there. But that's alright. And we had North Korea as well. North Korea, South Korea going on. So yeah, all good stuff, sort of. But yeah, we're going to be doing a standard Soviet thing. The main goal, as you might be able to see from the thumbnail that I'm going to use, is to win the space race as well. So I'm very excited about that. I want to win the space race as the Soviets, because I've been like reading a lot about just like the mentality back then, like the space optimism and everything. I just think it's the coolest shit. So we're gonna do that. Alright, so what's our admin? It's okay, I guess. Let's get... Okay, maybe not Feng Shan, because we're gonna be seeding that. Where is it? Bureaucrats. I know that is part of Manchuria as well. Bureaucrats, okay. Oop, actually, wait. Let's sort out our economy first. So our economy is in absolute fucking shambles at the start, which is always good. Not really. It fucking sucks, but you know, it happens. So we're gonna drop our defense spending quite a bit as well. Yeah. I don't want to cut anything to Navy because whenever I do that, all my Navy ends up dying, so I'm going to try and avoid that if I can. Actually, I might need to bump up our tariffs to about 15%. Yeah, if I can remember correctly, that's all I could really do. I'm going to focus on commerce, just to bump up our tax efficiency, because we really need that. So yeah, we get a whole bunch of events that we can do. So we can do denazification, which starts the Nuremberg trials, which we will do. And this is basically all historical info on it. And we can choose whether or not we're going to be super harsh to the Nazis. Sorry, super harsh, that one, death to all Nazis. Have a sort of like just sentence, I guess, just being reasonable about it. And then there's the really like just, you know what, nah, I mean, yeah, whatever, let's just take them on as scientists and shit. But yeah, so this one loses us 5 infamy, this one loses us 3 infamy. We get 2 consciousness either way. So yeah, the just sentence was the most historical outcome, which I would want to go for. And you got lenient outcome, which I'm not very like okay for. So as much as I'd love to go with the whole like fucking 1984 like execute everyone, I'll just go with the historical outcome. So the tribunal is celebrated for establishing that crimes against international law are committed by men, not by abstract entities, and only by punishing individuals who commit such crimes can the provisions of international law be enforced. The creation of the International Military Tribunal was followed by trials of lesser Nazi officials and trials of Nazi doctors who performed experiments on people in prison camps. Yeah, that was great. For most of Germans, the long night of the Third Reich could finally be over. And there you go. And we also got the establishment of Comic-Con, which is not Comic-Con, as it sounds like. But I'm pretty sure it was the Soviet bloc's economic pact for like rebuilding Eastern Europe and shit. And just generally being like with the European Union, you know, like that sort of economic tie between all the stuff. So loan interest drops quite a bit. Oh, gotta sneeze. Ah, bastard, didn't happen. Never mind. Okay, so we got some armies that are in blatantly stupid positions. See if we can move them somewhere else. Okay, they can move there. Who are the other dudes? Cheetah. Let's put you there, Mirchansk. So the PRC are obviously in the Civil War and not having the funnest of times, as you will be able to see with here. Good old Chiang Kai-shek has quite a fucking big army, so as much as the PRC is eventually going to like have a split with us, I prefer them in charge of China being, you know, communist, given that we're communist, rather than, you know, Republic of China. So we're going to, I want to give them war subsidies. I'll do it, because last time they got steamrolled. It was horrible. So let's start. Alright. Great wars have been discovered and the Cold War has started. We're now making the nuclear bombs, and that's all info on the Cold War, which sort of cuts out at the bottom. But basically, US gets Democratic bloc leader, and they get all these like, you know, relation boosts and stuff, which is all good. I'm pretty sure we get like a tax efficiency boost as well, which might help. Okay, formation of zones of occupation. There we go. Prestige. Gulag. Okay, so yeah, if you don't know about the gulags, then they were like big labor prison camps where the Soviet government put, you know, like political opponents and especially German prisoners from Second World War, especially with after Stalingrad. Famously, like a lot of the prisoners taken there were transferred into Siberia to work in the gulags, and then after about, I can't remember, it was maybe about 5-10 years. Well, it wouldn't have been that long, but it was a reasonable amount of time. They were sent back, and not that many remained at that point. So yeah, we get mining efficiency, and we get a shitload of money, but militancy goes up a bit. But it's sort of worth it for now, because I think it might, you know, adds cushioning for our economy, because it's in fucking horrible state right now. We could pitch for the Olympics or the Winter Olympics. it does like cost money though, so I'm not too sure about that. So the Samara Dam, we can try and build that. Volga River, Samara Oblast of Russia. So Russian capitalists give us a shitload of money, and we get this dam that gives us better output and throughput. Sorry, throughput. And prestige, so worth it. Alright. So yeah, look, you know, you've got all these really cool like events that you can do. Post-communist presidential plebiscite. Not happening, bud. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool shit in this, and I just, yeah, big fan of like the amount of effort put into this. I can really appreciate that. Supreme Commander Order 20. Ah, yeah. So this is commemorating all the dudes and dudettes who helped at Brest Fortress. It was given the title of Hero Fortress. That was like a strategic position during the war. But yeah, the Hero of the Soviet Union medal given to a bunch of peeps. It's all good. So we should be getting events about Austria soon. Again, bankrupted factories, which is never good. Oh, where are they? Definitely want to reopen them because cars are going to end up costing quite a bit. Yeah, it's 1,000. We can afford that. We'll subsidize them, and where's the other one? This might end up actually being a drain on our money, but I've got the feeling that it'll be worth it. Leningrad, so they get the Fortress City, Hero City thingy going on, and if you know, Leningrad was besieged during World War II. It was pretty fucking horrible, but they managed to hold out against the Germans and the Finns and everyone else that was besieging them, which really helped across the front line. Alright, here we go. Occupation of Austria. We've also got ending the Finnish continuation war, which we'll do in a bit. But Austria first. We'll, yeah, thanks to our military victories, blah, 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 former territory of Austria in 1943, agreed in the Declaration of Moscow that it be regarded as the first victim of Nazi aggression and treated as a liberated and independent country after the war. Shall we fulfill our declarations of the time? Oh, yes, we will. And we get Karl Renner. So he was a local dude, politician, who established contact with the Soviets and was like, hey, I can take charge. And Stalin was like, oh, I was gonna put in a loyal puppet government, but you know, I guess he'll do. So he's gonna go in there. And the Finnish continuation war, we could push for some concessions and you know, not go too far, or we can just fucking take over them. And honestly, I mean, we can do that. It'll be a bit tedious, but like, they're not allied with anyone, and you know, it adds influence into the area. We could even push into Sweden, get those Swedish bastards, and Norway, and I don't know. Just seems like a good idea. Let's do it. We're at war. Oh, wait. We gotta unpause. Republic of China wants military access. Get fucked. Alright. Occupation policy in Germany. So we can either like strip them of shit. We can strip them of less shit. Or we could not strip them of any shit and foster development. And I'm going to go for that because despite the fact that we do need this stuff, I'm not sure if it like helps, but like I don't know, in my head canon, like if we're all like, oh, let's foster development, like, you know, Germans would be more sympathetic to us rather than West Germany, and you got the Western allies who'd be, you know, especially France would be like, give us shit. But if we're like, hey, we'll help you out, you know, people will be more sympathetic to the regime and stuff. So yeah, let's foster development and begin our cunning plan to take over. Is anyone else? Okay, so nobody else is dying right now. That's all good. Let's invade. get these guys to march over here. It doesn't really matter how many casualties we take at the moment, because I'm sure those losses will be mitigated. Iran wants military access. I say no. Transition and modernization. Okay. So it affects our population growth. Oh, and fertility rates. I remember I actually had to look at this sort of thing because I was doing a thing on French birth rates in like the 1800s to 1900s. Really interesting stuff. Family values. Yes. TFRs. Interesting stuff. Like legitimately, like I'm not trying to be a dick or anything and be like, oh, it's interesting. Not really. No, but seriously. Let's blockade Finland, because fuck them. Alright. United Nations resolution for the Chinese Civil War. Initially, I was like, veto it, fuck that. But like, I might be a bit sympathetic to that sort of thing at the moment, because, yeah. The, Maoists aren't having a lot of fun at the moment. Okay, so after tension between communists and nationalists and civil struggle in China went hot, the United Nations decided to put this conflict on the Security Council's agenda. Western allies label communists as a chief destabilizing force and proposed sending United Nations peacekeeping mission, or at least supplies to help Chiang Kai-shek unite his country after the war. Soviet Union, in spite of possible ideological difference between Chinese and Soviet views on communism, will most probably vehemently oppose this move. Oh, okay. So I thought it was just gonna like do a ceasefire. Veto it. Fuck you. I wish we could send in troops to help. Like legitimately, but you know, that would sort of cause World War III. So, you know, that's generally not what you want to do. Oh, what's this? It seems about, what is that, 50 years early? Okay, Daily Telegraph, blah, 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 slanderous, blah, blah, politician. Politician angry on the attack on his character. Petition. Breach of morality and public trust. Oh, okay. Alright, it's this one. He's caught him with his pants down. Woo! Yeah, let's do that. Lel. Azerbaijan wants military access. I'm not sure why they'd want it. A sectarian. You got a absolute monarchy, a sectarian regime, and a democracy. You're not getting it. Maybe if Kurdistan wants some, they can, but I don't imagine they're gonna last very long anyway. So you win some, you lose some. Let's wait for these guys to arrive in Vipuri. 17, 18, and let's crush them. Actually, you know what? Let's maybe not rush all of our guys to fucking die. Let's get you guys to go there. Let's get you guys to go there so you don't die in the snow. Foreign cuisine, we could get pasta or consciousness. Militancy's going up, so obviously pasta. Come on, have you even had ravioli before? No question. And now they're at Leningrad, and that's how it works. And they're dead. They so dead. Yeah. They are so dead. Alright. Nuclear clearance granted. Alright, we obviously gonna make nukes. Oh, wait, whoa. Shit. Almost nuked Finland. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, let's not start nuclear war with Finland, alright? That's not a good idea. Great leader emerges. Oh, great leader is a true visionary. Oh yes. Thank you, Stalin, for fucking my bitches. Base god. Ambassador insulted. Netherlands. Fucking Netherlands. Fuck you. But we'll do that because we get prestige. The revolution shall come for you, Netherlands, who are somehow a world power. Not sure how that happened, but yeah, whatever. Hey, Vietnam, what are you doing? Last time Vietnam got curb stomped by France, and that was really sad. So, I want to give them support, but we don't actually have the stuff to support them with. Let's drop military spending down real low. And let's put this up ridiculously high. That's fun. Okay, education, that can go down. Administration, that can get neutered. Social spending can go to like halfway. Oh, that's not halfway. Ah, no. Okay. There we go. And military can go halfway, and we should be in the green slightly. I'm not cutting anything from Navy because no. I can't afford to do that because we'll lose all of our ships. U.S.S.R. ¿Qué pasa, su casa? Alright. Soviet support for Communist China. Finally! Oh my god, we finally fucking get it. We didn't actually get this the last recording. Okay. We have already won on the Far Eastern Front against retreating leftovers of the once mighty Japan. Having amassed sizable troops and supplies in the regions of Manchuria and Korea, we can play roles of kingmakers in the struggle of supremacy over China. Communists under Mao are desperately waiting for much needed support that could balance out the help that Chiang receives from America. Nevertheless, we shouldn't give Mao more than limited support, or else we may fear counteraction by the United States. Oh, okay. So we can go with limited support, which is supplies only. Give no support, which is just scummy. Give considerable support, which is we get infamy for that somehow. Supplies and troops, and propose an alliance, which would be nice, but I don't know. The Rock is really smashing up PLC right now, so let's give considerable support. Because they definitely do need troops. They really need troops. We definitely want them winning here. Oh, please stop losing. Oh no. Can't we give them Manchuria already? Oh no. What? Oh. Alright, let's get that. We're gonna regret it, but I don't really care. Or do I? I could just be edgy. Alright, so how we doing for war score anyway? Yeah, we're almost done. Oh yes. Invasion in Finland. It was inevitable. Okay. Let's go to Ulu. Oh, there you go. Finland wants peace. Install communism. Oh yes, there you go. Communism is non-negotiable. Of course, they have negative relations with us. Yeah, that's right. You're getting increased relations whether you like it or not. Alright. These guys can go to that place, and these guys can meet up with them there. And these guys can go to Leningrad and stay there. And they can go there, and they can go there. All done. Oh, okay, we can change stuff. So what do people want the most? Protectionism, planned economy, for military, no state religion, Government-sponsored opinion. Where is that? Public opinion. Oh no. No!